Everybody talks about winning government contracts, but nobody talks about what happens after you win. Because the reality is, a lot of construction companies are unprepared financially for government work. And that's why actually some companies struggle more after landing a contract than they do before they get one. In this video, I want to break down the real financial side of government contracting. I'm talking about cash flow, payroll, retainage, delayed payments, compliance cost, and why being good at construction is not enough. Because if your business is not financially structured correctly, one contract can create serious problems. Now, I know you hear all about how to win a contract, and people are asking, what do I need to do to win a contract? Like they're on the front end of government contracting, but what happens on the back end, like after the award? That's where most people fail. And unfortunately, most contractors, they only focus on getting the award. But getting the award, that is not the finish line. That is the starting point. Because here's the reality. Once you win, there's a lot of other things that must take place outside of just doing the work. People have to be paid. Materials need to be purchased. Subcontractors will be requesting deposits. Your insurance requirements will increase, which also there's costs associated with that. After the award, your reporting starts and project execution begins immediately. Like you don't wait until you have boots on the ground to start working on that particular contract. Once you're awarded the contract, you need to be putting your back office systems in place, putting structure around that project so that you can begin on schedule, stay on, within budget. And so when you're awarded the contract, usually if they don't tell you within the contract, within 10 days, they're going to tell you when you're supposed to start proceeding on working on that contract. And we call that your notice to proceed. And so a lot of times it may be, within 10 days of the award or something like that. So you have to start working on putting things in place to start performing before you actually start performing. Okay, so once you're awarded the contract, that's when it all starts. Now, why are we talking about the financial piece? Because the government is not funding the project for you. Like they're not going to fund your startup cost. And that's why I always talk about being able to cash flow a project until it can cash flow itself. Here's what you're already expected to have in place upon award. Your operational systems. And we've talked a lot over the past few weeks on the type of systems that you need to have in place, the processes you need to have in place, and even what you need to be tracking. So if you missed those videos, make sure you go back and watch those. And I'll put the links down in the description, but they actually will help you even as you look at the financial piece that we're going to cover here today, because I even get a little bit into the financial systems that you need to have in place and what you need to actually be tracking as it relates to the financial piece. You also should already have your working capital in place, right? We talked about that. Cash flow in the project until you start receiving payments on the work that you're performing. You should have your staffing in place. Like you shouldn't wait until you're awarded the contract to say, okay, I'm going to start looking for subcontractors, or I'm going to start looking for staff, because within the solicitation, it's going to tell you the requirements as it relates to who's going to actually perform the work. So then you already should be looking at those things as it relates to if you're awarded the contract. And all of that, the operational structure, the cash flow, right? Having the capital, having staffing, all of that entails having financial stability. And this is where most companies get exposed because they spend all of their energy learning how to bid, but never take the time to learn how to manage the project financially after the award. This is where the cash flow problems come in. One of the biggest misconceptions in government contracting is this idea that if I win a large contract, I'll finally have money. That's not how it works. Most construction companies, they're fronting expenses before they ever receive a payment. Here's what you may have: your weekly payroll, your supplier invoices, fuel costs, and they're high right now, equipment rentals, mobilization expenses, subcontractor payments, certified payroll processing. So if you're not doing that in-house, you have to pay someone to do that as well as your compliance administration. Remember, those things start taking place day one. And all of these things happen and start rolling in before you receive your first check. And depending on the agency, depending on the prime contractor, these payments can take some time to receive them. And even when payments are on time, you still have to remember there's processing time, approvals, inspections, as well as invoicing procedures, which you should know that, right? Don't you have invoicing procedures in your business? If you don't, you should get some. So if your company is already struggling financially before the contract award, government work usually magnifies those problems, not fix them. All right, have you ever thought about retainage and payment delays? That's a part of contracting as well. I mean, it's a part of any business when you really think about it. And another thing that contractors in general underestimate is the retainage. A portion of your money may be retained until you've completed the work or project closeout. So even though technically you've earned the revenue, you may not immediately receive all the cash. That means your business has to survive while you're waiting on revenue that you've already earned. And here's the thing, if you don't properly manage your reserves, your margins, your invoicing, and your project timelines, you can end up in a dangerous position really fast. I've seen companies with large contracts struggle to cover payroll because they did not understand cash flow management. I want you to comment below. Let me know, yes or no, no or yes. Do you have a cash flow management system? And if you have one, are you using it? Now, another area that could be leaking money is compliance. Compliance can cost you money when you're not doing it correctly. And unfortunately, this is a part of the finances that a lot of contractors ignore. And this is where their profit margins start to shrink. Now, already knowing government contracting is paperwork heavy, even when you're doing work in the private sector or corporate, you still have some type of paperwork to do. But generally, we all know in the government, it's usually more red tape, more paperwork. And again, in the previous 2-3 videos that I just did over the prior 2 to 3 weeks, we talked about the systems, the structures, the process, the tracking that you need to have in place. So again, if you haven't watched those, make sure you go back and check out those videos as well. But in order to stay compliant, here are some of the things you need to make sure that you're tracking, you have systems around it and processes in place, because you don't want anything to fall through the cracks. So you want to make sure you have your certified payroll that is compliant. You have labor compliance tracking, really, really important. Not only having the people, but that you're paying them the wages that you're supposed to based on DOL. Your subcontractor documentation, safety reporting, because OSHA is going to be a part of the construction project. You're going to have to be compliant there as well. Your insurance monitoring, because you need to make sure that you stay compliant, that you have the right coverages, and that they don't expire. Change order tracking, invoice documentation, and all the backup that you need to have as supporting documentation when you submit your invoices. Your project files, and your contract reporting systems. All of these things to track them and them to flow through the process is going to take time. It's going to take staff. It's going to take systems, or you're going to need outside support. Now, that's where we come in. If you need help with your systems, your structure, and your strategy around post-award, meaning performing, executing, and tracking all the things that need to be tracked as far as, your compliance, your financials, project timelines, those things, make sure you check out my contract execution bootcamp. We help you create those systems for your business so that you're staying compliant, you're tracking your money so that you can stay profitable, as well as you can finish strong, close out the project successfully on time within budget so that you can get more work. That's always the goal, to get more work and scale your business. If your back end is disorganized, things can get really expensive. And this is why mature companies that's been around for a while, perform better in government contracting than companies that's chasing contracts with no infrastructure. Now let's talk about why some companies fail after winning. I know you've heard of some companies where they won one contract and then you never hear anything else about them. Let's talk about why that happens and pay attention so that you can prevent the same thing from happening in your business. Because the reality is, a lot of contractors think losing contracts is the biggest problem. It's not. A bigger problem is your company winning contracts that your business cannot properly support. Because government contracting, it exposes operational weaknesses fast. Weak accounting systems, weak project management, weak documentation, weak cash reserves, weak subcontractor oversight. I cannot stress enough how much that systems, structure, and strategy around government contracting and just contracting in general is so important to the health, the wealth of your business, but also to your sanity. Once performance issues starts happening, here's what it affects: your profitability, your reputation, future awards, and your scalability. And those are usually all of the reasons that most people get into government contracting or get into business in general. Why? Because you want a business that makes money, right? Is profitable. And then who wouldn't want repeat customers? That way you don't have to always go out and find new customers, right? Because that's time, energy, and effort, and it could cost money as well, versus having a customer where you get repeat business from them. And I'm not talking about small contracts either. I'm talking about some nice, juicy, large contracts, right? You want to build it bigger and better. That's what government contracting does when done correctly. This is why I say government contracting is not just about bidding. It's about building a company, listen to me, that can actually sustain and execute contracts successfully. And, being able to get into government contracting, you can even do corporate contracts, private sector. When you want to grow and scale and take it to the next level, you're going to have the systems and the infrastructure to support that. And that's actually one of the main reasons I created the Contract Execution Bootcamp. Because here's the reality. A lot of construction companies that's established, they already know how to do the work. But here's what they need help with: contract execution, systems, compliance, documentation, financial readiness, and scaling into larger opportunities. This bootcamp is for companies that's already generating revenue, that want to become more competitive, more compliant, and more prepared for larger government contracts. So if your company is already doing 6 figures a year and you're serious about positioning yourself for government contracts the right way, check out the information below about the Contract Execution Bootcamp. Or you can comment ready and I'll send you the details. And from there, we'll have a call, make sure it's a good fit. Because winning contracts is one thing, but building a company that can actually execute them is something completely different. All right, are you ready to win? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell, because we drop videos like this every week, all about post-award government contracting and contracting in general, just how you can manage your business better with system, structure, and strategy, and how you can take your business to the next level. That is what we're all about here, helping you grow and scale your business. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.